A very blessed day, everyone. Greetings to you in the name of the Father, the Most High, Allah, Yah, Yod-Heh-Vah-Heh, Elohim, God in our modern day name, and in the name of the Lord Thoth, Melchizedek, Jehovah. This is Neophyte DAG bringing you the continuation of the passing away of Egypt, earth, eagles, Babylon, Assyria, Nineveh, Asia, Amorite, which is America, and the ending of the rule of this planet, the rule over this planet of the Gentiles, the Caucasians, Esau. And in this message, we're going to jump right to the chase scene. We're not going to waste any time. We're going to jump right into 2nd Esdras 16, verse 1 through verse 17. And this is the Most High and the Lord rebuking and condemning of Egypt, Babylon, Asia, Assyria, which equates to America in our modern day time. These texts aren't talking about ancient time. It's talking about now. Woe, calamities and affliction to you, O Babylon, America, and Asia, America. Woe, calamities to you, O Egypt, America, and Assyria, America. Gird yourself with sackcloth and haircloth. These are things people put on for mourning. And cry and wail for your children, the Americans, and mourn for them, for your destruction is at hand. It's very close. Right now, as we speak, it's setting itself up because it's at hand. It's not far anymore. The sword, which is war, has been set upon you, America. And who is here to turn it back? A fire has been sent upon you, America. And who shall quench it? Who is there to quench it? Calamities have been sent upon you, O Babylon, O Asia, O Egypt, O Syria, Assyria. Who is there to drive them away? Can one drive away a hungry lion in the forest or quench a fire in the stubble where once it has begun to burn? Can you turn it back? Can you put out the fire? No, you cannot. Can one turn back an arrow shot by a strong archer? No, you cannot. The Lord sends calamity, and who will be there to drive it away? Fire will go forth from his wrath, and who is there to quench it? He will flash lightning, and who will not be afraid? Oh, my Lord Thoth, Melchizedek, Jehovah, will send thunder, and who will not be terrified? The Lord will threaten, and who will not be utterly shattered in his presence? The earth, which is America, and its foundation, its political and military might that it set up for itself, its economy that it set up for itself, that keep out everyone who is poor and only enrich the rich. It's religion that it set up, which takes you away from the word of the Most High and keep you in forever bondage. It's social and education that's built on lies on top of lies on top of lies. And it's food. It's poison. It's food. Give you all GMO food. That's code PLU code 8. And all pesticides and chemical sprayed food. PLU code 3 and 4 and 5. And keep you away from PLU code 9. And make 9 very expensive. That's the organic code. And the pharmaceutical, it knows pharmaceutical needs witchcraft, and that's what it's giving you as cure for your ailment. when Ezekiel 47:12 tells you, leaves shall be your medicine. That's what it set up for you as its foundation structure. That will quake, it will shake and crumble. The sea is churned up. Earthquakes, underwater earthquake is churned up. And from the depth, those underwater earthquakes will erupt. Those underwater volcanoes will erupt. And the seas, the waves from it, and the fish is not the literal fish. Fish is from Jonah, that fish that swallowed up Jonah, which is Christianity. That's the first fish. And the second fish is Dagon, who has turned over Samson to the ungodly, the Philistines, and the church, and the Gentiles who put him in slavery, made him play sport after they take him out of imprisonment. That's your Dagon. All shall be troubled, shaken at the presence of the Lord, though when he starts his work, and it has already started. And before the glory of the Lord is power, is willpower, is creative power to control all 5 elements that these Dagons and the Philistines, the fallen angels, cannot do. They were kicked out of the presence of the Most High and lost their power over the elements. For his right hand, those who have been following the 5 divine law, which says you are the cross. Your left hand is your social. What is your right hand? Your political hand. Your hand to subdue and to dominate all that is by land, all that is by sea, all that is in the air. And that's the power given unto us by the Most High. The Lord is assuming now, he's taking back that power from the fallen angels. The right hand belongs to me, where I'm going to subdue and dominate, have dominion over all these evildoers, over all those who have set up that foundation, those 5 wicked foundations, and have been keeping my people, my chosen seed, in bondage. His right hand that bends the bow, it is strong, not a weak hand. No. Time for weakness is done. The Most High and the Lord's arrow that he shoots are sharp and will not miss, and will not miss, and will not miss. When they begin to shoot to all parts of this planet, no one will be untouched by this, because the whole foundation of wickedness that the Gentiles have built upon this planet has to crumble. The whole foundation of wickedness that Lucifer and his fallen angels have influenced the Gentiles to put on this planet has to fall. It has to pass away. And the seed of Satan, the seed of Dagon, is in America. So that has to fall away. Behold, look, calamities, catastrophic events are sent forth and shall not return until they come over the earth. What is the earth? America. That's why I can tell you these things, because everything, once you can decode it, you know who and where they're talking about. The fire, I keep saying fire. Kachina, do your homework on it, the Hopi prophecy. Read on it and you'll know what I'm talking about. So when I do get to Kachina, you will understand. The destroyer, read the Colburn Bible and you'll see who the destroyer is. The spoiler, read Jeremiah and you'll see who the spoiler is. It's kindled, it's lighted, the fire has been lit and shall not be put out until it consumes. It has destroyed the entire foundation of America. What's the foundation again? The political and military structure, the military-industrial complex, as they call it, the economy, the big banks, the big financial firms that make all these profit, give you 0.0001% while they charge you 21% and give you religion to hold you in bondage and to keep you subdued. Give you social structure that's completely rigged against you. You can never survive under that structure. And has given you education, miseducation. Everything is a lie that you're getting. Nothing is a fact. It's all fabricated. And don't forget the food that's killing you. The meat, the starch, the dairy, the processed sugar. And don't forget the pharmaceutical. Every second, every minute you turn, every video that you watch, there are 10 pharmaceutical commercials that's playing right after and during it. And none of what you've been getting as your pharmaceutical has cured any of your ailments. It keeps coming back because they are curing, or they're trying to cure the symptoms and not the cause. How long have they been trying to find the cure for high blood pressure? How long have they been trying to find the cure for diabetes? How long have they been walking for breast cancer? How long have they been trying to find the cure for cancer? How long has it been since we had AIDS on the scene and no cure found for it? But within a minute, they found the cure for COVID. How long have these diseases been manifesting on us without any cure being found? How long has it been? How long? Your cure has not been found because it's more money to treat you continuously for those said diseases than to find a cure. With the cure, you don't have to go back to the doctor. One time you're cured, you're done, you're gone. Because the cause has been rooted out. But no money is from that. Coming back quite often for the same symptoms, treatment for it is more money to be made from you, from the big corporation, the big pharmaceuticals. No more of that. The Most High in the new world promise you no disease at all. None. Because the Most High provides cure for the cause and not the symptoms. Just like an arrow shot by a mighty archer does not return, so these catastrophic events that are sent upon America shall not return. Alas, pity for me, O America. Pity for the people of America. Who will deliver you in those days if you haven't decided to turn your life unto the Lord, Thoth, Melchizedek, Jehovah, or you turn your life unto the Most High, Allah, Yah, Yod, He, Vahu, He, Elohim, who shall deliver you? Now, let's get to these calamities. The first one we'll cover is the passing away of the wealth. The finance, the economy, the economics has to pass. It has to go. So all your big corporation, all your big pharmaceutical, they have to be bankrupt. All the money has to be taken away. So where am I getting this from? Let's go to the sealed portion, chapter 88, verse 46. Babylon, as an example of the great wickedness and worldly desire of men. Where is that right now? Our Babylon now, which is America. When this angel that spoke about in Revelation by John, when the angel pours its vial out over the great river Euphrates and dry it up. What do you think that dry up mean? What was Euphrates used for in the biblical sense and being used as an analogy for our time? River Euphrates is what provided the wealth, the economy of old Egypt, old Babylon, old Assyria. In our time, it's the economy, that gives America all its wealth to do all its military might. So the worldliness and the greatness of Assyria, of Babylon, which is America, shall dry up. It shall cease. It will stop. So that's why I'm telling you the economy is going to crash. Your economy is going to crash. For my brothers and sisters who are listening and have some cash that they have, do something with that cash before it vanishes on you. Hold natural things that the Most High have created. Silver and gold, if you want somewhere to put your cash, because that cash will become useless when these things occur. Once the economy dries up, once the money goes away, once the stock market crashes, once all the economic foundation has crumbled, and this shall greatly affect everyone across the entire planet. Because what are we using now as the standard bearer for money? The US dollar. So once the US dollar collapses, the economy of the earth, the entire earth this time, and America shall fail miserably. Then this world will be ready to hear the voice and the plan of the Most High and the Lord. Because once you have your money, you want to hear nothing at all except how you can spend the money and make more money. But once you are broke and have made poor and destitute more than how you are right now, you shall have open ears and open mind to say, what else can I gravitate towards? What else can I aspire to now that can deliver me? Who shall deliver you in your time of affliction if you're not moving to the word of the Most High? Revelation 16 verse 12, and the sixth angel poured out its vial, its calamity upon the great river Euphrates, the source of money of America, the source of wealth of America. And the water thereof was dried up, and the money, the economy was dried up. That's the esoteric meaning of the verse. And what happened after the money dried up? Did everyone just went on their own and started having a good time again? No, none of that. That's done. The back to normal is done. There's no more normal because we're moving into a new world that's going to be an immortal and eternal world. And the old world has to crumble, that old world of lie, deceit, and you dying before you live your whole entire youthful life. That's done. So once that wealth is dried up, guess who is knocking on your door? Guess who is knocking on your door, Babylon? Guess who is knocking on your door, Egypt? Guess who is knocking on your door, Assyria? Guess who is knocking on your door? The invasion plan, the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. So once the money dries up, that will prepare the way. The invasion plan of the presidents, the premier of the eastern country of Russia, China, Iran might prepare themselves to invade America. Am I making this thing up? Am I talking things that don't make sense? Hold on and bear with me, and the whole thing will make sense. Moves us to the passing away of the political and social structure and education structure that will go military, politics, social structure, educational structure, all shall go passed away. Because we have to always go back to the cause. We're not going to look at the symptoms. Like what we do in the pharmaceutical, we're going to look at the cause. What's causing all of this? Because it was promised unto you, O children of Israel, children of Judah, children of Jacob. It was promised unto you that all those who ruled over you and did it knowingly, they knew who you were and purposely suppressed you because of who you were. You were the seed of the Most High, the seed of the Lord, and they kept that knowledge away from you and suppressed you in their own private secret orders, made laws and rules against you to keep you suppressed. Anyone which was part of that conglomerate shall be delivered up to sword. What is sword? War. They shall be delivered up to the war. So what I'm telling you, I'm taking directly from the biblical inscription. So you know why things are happening. Israel, Jacob, my dark-skinned melanated people. Judah, aka Jew, my dark-skinned melanated people as well. In North America first, which is United States of America. Then Central America, South America, and don't forget the Caribbean, and also across the entire planet. All the dark-skinned melanated people who have been suppressed globally by the Gentiles. Esau, who's following the dictates, the mandates, the command of Lucifer and his fallen angels. We're not done yet. The land that were invaded by the Gentiles in North America, which is the United States of America. We're focusing there because they invade also in Central and South and in the Caribbean. But we're going to focus on North America, which is the United States of America. It's promised to you in the book of Jubilees, chapter 9, verse 15. And it said, those who invade their brother's land in the divine allocation of land by the Lord Thoth, Melchizedek, Jehovah, under the guidance of Noah, the races of men at that time. Japheth, the Caucasian, was given the land to the north. The Shemites, the red, the brown-skinned race people were given the land to the center. That's where the children of Israel, the children of Jacob, the children of Judah, the Jew were allocated. And to the south, the Hamites were allocated that region. North, cold, constantly cold. The center, temperate, neither hot, neither cold, as 4 seasons. And the south of the planet, always hot. That was the divine allocation given to the race of men at that time. And they all agreed they would not covet, they would not invade the territory of their brother. They would not invade the territory of their brothers. They made that agreement. They all agreed. So let it be. Because you all agree that so it should be. We're not going to invade each other's land. But if you did invade that land, you shall be put to the sword when the Lord judge you. You shall be put to the fire when the Lord judge you. You notice how sword and fire keep popping up all over the place? Do you notice that? Sword and fire keep getting repeated. In 2nd Ezra, sword and fire. In the book of Jubilees, sword and fire. Keep popping up. 2nd Baruch, fire and sword. Keep popping up. But the war is promised unto you because you have taken the land of Jacob. You have taken the land that's the inheritance of Israel and the inheritance of Judah, the dark-skinned melanated people who are now to form their own nation in America. But that nation cannot be formed with all the evil on the land. The land has to be cleansed. So Zion can rise from that. The phoenix can rise from the ashes. Which brings us back to 2nd Baruch, chapter 82. Because it's promised unto you, those who are on the land, the Gentiles who are in control of this planet, you shall be shaken. You shall lose all your control and lose all your possessions of that land and the people that you're controlling on that land. Also, that same principle applies to the entire world. But we're staying with America. Therefore, my brethren, I have written to you, O house of Israel, house of Jacob, house of Judah, my dark-skinned melanated people, that you may comfort yourself, knowing that your Father will retribute all the evils that were done to you regarding the multitude of wickedness that was done to you. For know, though our Maker will assuredly avenge us on all our enemies. All our enemies. It didn't say some, it said all. According to what they have done to you. And this shall happen at the end time, which is now. The Most High has made it very near. His mercy is coming for you, O house of Israel, house of Jacob, house of Judah. His mercy is on you now. He's raining down bread, manna from heaven on you now. And his consummation, his ending of his judgment is being placed upon the Gentiles as we speak. For lo, we see the multitude of how prosperous the economy is. Don't we see that? Though they act against the word of the Most High by not treating their brothers as they would treat themselves, not doing unto others that which they would want others to do unto them. But what's going to happen to that economy? What's going to happen to that economy? It shall be like a vapor. It shall evaporate. He's telling you all that you need to know. What's going to happen to their military power? Though, behold, the multitude of their military power and their political power, though they kill indiscriminately, though they do wickedly unto everyone, including Israel, Jacob, Judah especially, but they, that military power, shall be made like unto a drop. It shall drop as well, it shall fall. You see the firmness of the might of that military too, right? And their politics and all the other stuff they have going on. Though they resist the word of the Most High, they resist the laws of the Most High every day, every hour. But like spittle, their economy, their military, their social structure shall pass away. And we consider the glory of their greatness, because they have worked all those 5 things, those 5 structures to lift themselves up. But they lift themselves up in vanity. They don't keep the law of the Most High. So how long you think that will be tolerated by the Most High for you to keep your greatness? But as smoke, that greatness shall pass away. That's why I keep telling you, the passing of America. We meditate upon the beauty and their gracefulness because they've given you everything that the image of America is them. All that vanity and vain things that have been fed to you. Though they do it with pollution, a whole bunch of lie, whoredom, priestcrafts, all kind of different things. But it will fade away. It will wither and fade away. And we consider the strength of how wickedly they do things to Jacob, to Israel, to Judah. They beat him up, put their knees in his neck, starve him, lock him in prison, flood his neighborhood with drugs, all kind of different things. Pass laws against him. He can't get loans. He can't get housed. They put him in a housing project. They put him in concrete jungles. They put him in hood. He can't get any work because he doesn't have the education. The education is too expensive for him. He can't afford it. He's busy just trying to keep his head above water. All those things. And they remember not. They remember not, it shall come to an end. It shall not last forever, but as wave passes over them and break them in pieces. Didn't we just talk about the wave that's coming? That tsunami wave? Didn't we just talk about that? In 2nd Ezra, all the books are matching up. And we remark as to how boastful, how self-conceited, how vain their might is. Though they deny all the benefits they got from the Most High to give them that boastfulness, that greatness, nah, they got it themselves. They got it from Lucifer, so they're giving praises to him. But they shall pass away as a passing cloud. How many times did we hear pass away in this chapter? How many times it said they're going to pass away? Is the book lying? Is the Bible lying? Even though it was taken out of your conventional Bible, it was still part of the pseudepigrapha. It's part of the apocryphic books. Is it lying? No, it's not. Let's go to 2nd Baruch 70. Because it's telling you now how it's going to lead up to that passing away. In 2nd Baruch, it talks about the black waters and the clear waters, the white waters. And this is the last water that it's talking about, which is at the end time. When we reach that water and the description that's associated with it, that's how we know the collapse is near. That's how we know we're right on top of the collapse of America and the entire planet and the rule of evil that has gripped this planet. Behold, the day come, and it shall be when the time of the age has ripened, this dark age has ripened, and the harvest of its evil and good seed has come. So the Most High is going to separate the wheat from the tares, the good seed from the bad seed. The good seeds will be collected and gathered. The bad seed will be thrown back into the fire. That the mighty one will bring upon the earth and its inhabitants, upon its rulers, perturbation of spirit, shaking of spirit, disturbing of spirit, confusion of their spirit, and stupidness of their heart. Their heart is their mind, their thoughts, stupidness of their thoughts. And they shall hate one another. Isn't that what we're seeing now? All the countries hating each other. You can't put up your military equipment too close to my border, and you can't do the same, and I'm going to do it anyway, even though you don't like it, and UN is going to say this, and I'm going to sail my ship here, even though you don't like it, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. All kind of provoking each other to fight. Provoking each other to fight. Isn't that what's going on now? Every day, rumors of war. Hey, we're going to war today. No, we're not going to war. You better answer to my mandate. You better answer to my agreement. You can't do this. You can't do that. We're going to do it anyway. Provoking one another to fight. Isn't that what's going on right now? Isn't it? Haven't they provoking one another so much that they've actually started fighting? Isn't that what's going on in Europe right now? Russia, Ukraine, which is the start of the whole judgment that the Most High has promised onto the entire planet. War, the sword, which will find its way over into America. America won't stay shielded from this war where it doesn't land on America's soil. That's not the prophecy given to us. We'll get to that later on. But using what's going on in our modern day time, we jump straight to verse 6, because that's where we have landed. When all these things which were predicted have come to pass, some of them shall fall in battle, some of them shall perish in anguish. Isn't that what's going on right now? Isn't that what we're moving into? Because we got the sign. 2022, the return of Hades, Pluto, the sign of death, which we call in our modern day Bible hell, but it's really Hades. The sign of Hades is Pluto. Pluto has returned into the alignment that it was in 1776 when this nation was formed. So now it's finishing its rotation back to that same angle, that same sign, to culminate, to start the sign for the destruction of America. And the Gentiles rule over this planet. And the mean, the evil ones, the ones who are selfish for themselves, shall rule over the honorable men, the men who want to do good, the people who want to do good, the women who want to do good, shall be ruled by the mean ones, and those of low degree, of a low character, a low nature, a low spirit, shall extol, shall prop themselves up, shall boost themselves up above the famous spiritual beings. And many shall be delivered into the hands of the few. Aren't we ruled by the 5%ers? 95% ruled by the 5%. Isn't that happening now? The few ruling over the many. And those who are of nothing shall rule the strong. Isn't that what's happening now? And the poor shall have abundance beyond the rich, because they're poor, yes, but they're wealthy in money. And they're poor in spiritual consciousness. They are not rich in spiritual consciousness. They are poor in their spiritual self. They're rich in the physical self. And they shall rule over the spiritual, but that's about to change. And the impious, the ones who don't believe in the plan and the laws of the Most High, to love his brother as he would love himself, do unto others that which he would want them to do unto him, shall exalt himself, shall show off himself above the heroics. The heroics are the ones who are big in the Most High, who know that the Most High and his laws are just, and know that he's going to deliver them. And the wise shall be silent during that time, because you can't speak. YouTube is shutting you down. Facebook is shutting you down. Google is shutting you down. Twitter is shutting you down. They're sending out fact checkers who have no facts but lies. So we call them lie checkers. They're sending them out to shut you down, to keep you silent. You can't speak certain words on YouTube. You can't say mandate. You can't say vaccine. You can't say COVID. You can't say all kind of things. But the most I say, speak your mind, my children. Say what you need to say. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Now it's the time where the foolish shall speak no more, and the wise shall no longer be silent. Say what you need to say, O children of Israel, children of Jacob, children of Judah. The Most High is your defense. He shall carry you through. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, because the Lord is with me, shall comfort me. Neither shall the thoughts of man be confirmed, nor the counsel of the mighty, nor the hope who's with them shall be confirmed. None of that shall be confirmed. You cannot attain spiritual enlightenment. You cannot attain the plan of the Most High in all these things happening. You cannot reach your spiritual cleansing unless the Most High and the Lord have called you from this, and the Spirit has been put upon you to rid you of all those impious things and all those wickedness. It feeds you nothing but righteousness now, once the Spirit has taken over you. And when all these things that I've read before, which have been predicted by all the prophets, have come to pass, then shall be confusion falling upon all the men, all the rulers of this world, including mainly America. And some of them, and many of them, and some of them shall fall in battle, shall fall by the sword, war. And some shall perish in anguish, and some of them shall be destroyed by their own civil war. Then the Most High peoples, whom he has prepared before, and they shall come and make war with the leaders. So the righteous seed is going to rise up and cleanse this planet of all its wickedness. The Adamic race, the race of Shem, the race of Israel, the race of Judah shall bring peace to this planet. And it shall come to pass that whoever gets out of the war shall die in the earthquake, and whosoever escape the earthquake shall be burned with that fire coming from the spoiler, red Kachina, the destroyer, and whosoever get out from that fire shall die in the famine. No food, the entire land has been scorched. And it shall come to pass that whosoever survive all of these things and have made it safe and have escaped from all the tribulation, those, my Messiah, those, the Son of Man, those, the bridegroom, shall reap as his chosen seed. That is the second resurrection. Earth is cleansing itself of the infection that it has. The earth, the planet, is cleansing itself of the virus that it has. The planet wants to move to a higher vibration, a fifth dimensional vibration. It has fleas on it that is of a low vibration that it has to eject off it. So it has to cleanse the planet of the infection so the planet can be purified and move into a higher state of consciousness. So, my brothers and sisters who are going through that spiritual awakening right now, don't think that you're going to be part of all of this that has happened. No, you shall be gathered before all of this. But I won't go into that in this message. Rest your head and rest assured that the Most High got your back. Which brings us to the war. We're going to start with the war itself, and we're going to pause and pick it up on the next message. But I have to let you know that you are being warned of what's coming in your conventional Bible and in your pseudepigrapha and in your apocryphas. You've been warned many times. So if you ignore the warning, do not make yourself ready by bringing up your vibration at a level where you can attune with the planet and the cleansing that it's doing, then you miss the mark, and I don't want that for you. Take heed. Luke 11:30. There shall be no sign given unto them. There shall be no sign given unto the wicked. They keep asking for a sign. Show me a sign. Show me what's going to happen. No sign will be given unto you except the sign of Jonah. Because as Jonah was a sign unto the Ninevites, we already identified the Ninevites, America. So Jonah, whoever is Jonah, the Son of Man, is in America now. So shall the Son of Man be to this generation. So this generation that we just read of in 2nd Baruch, the Son of Man is here already. You just don't know him because you haven't done your homework to figure out who he is. No sign except the sign of Jonah. What was Jonah's sign in the book of Jonah? Jonah's sign was to warn Nineveh and Assyria that in 40 days, Nineveh shall be overthrown. 40 days, Nineveh shall be overthrown. That's what Jonah cried in Jonah 3 verse 4. 40 days, the earth shall attain its spiritual consciousness, reach the higher fourth dimension. It shall no longer be stuck in the third dimension. It shall no longer be stuck in the third row of the tree of life. It shall move up to the fourth row of the tree of life. The tree of life are 10 rows, 10 branches. And the planet has been stuck on the third branch for all of the 6,000 years that these Luciferic fallen beings have been controlling the planet. The planet is moving up. 4 times 10 Sephiroth gives you 40. And we're going to move to that 4th row and break away from only a masculine planet and bring in the feminine, which is the Holy Spirit, bring her back into the picture so you can go back to your Father and complete your pyramid, your triangle of formation and creation. And I'll stop it right here. Just want to show you this. We'll discuss it in the next message, what Jonah went into Nineveh and Assyria and what warning and timing were associated with Nineveh and Assyria during the time that the initiate said Jonah went to Nineveh, but it's not really talking about Jonah at that time. It's talking about Jonah, son of man, at this time. So we have to take what's on the screen right in front of you now related to Assyria and map it over to America. Assyria, America, same syllables. We'll cover this in the next message. Until then, stand strong, be strong, stay strong in the name of the Most High, Allah, Yah, Yod, He, Vahu, He, Elohim, God in our modern day, and in the name of the Lord, Thoth, Melchizedek, Jehovah, who has given us all these warnings, all this information, guiding us along, showing us the plan of the Lord and the Most High, and for us to attune ourselves to the plan and to turn our thoughts to the Lord and the Most High. Praise ye to the Lord and the Most High always.